Hey folks, how are you all doing? It has been a while since my last video. I decided to spend a couple of minutes to talk about the decision to move from my own voice to an AI text-to-speech service a couple of years ago. Back in 2023, I wrote a post explaining the reasoning behind the decision, so 2 years later, the situation has not improved, but let's briefly recap the events. I opened the website in 2018, initially without a related YouTube channel. So the videos and streams were and still are located on my personal one. 5 years ago I opened a channel dedicated to Flying Wire. Little changed in terms of modus operandi, but you know how life is. Family, work and other obligations tend to erode one's spare time. In some cases it grinds to almost nothing. And this is where the AI TTS initially came in. Recording in the middle of the night when everyone's sleeping is not in fact a great way to deliver a clear and understandable output. So complaints increased, especially from the American viewers, probably because they are not as used to accents as we are instead of this side of the Atlantic. An AI VA solved the issue, since, they are robotic of course, but they are vastly cleaner. For a brief period, I had a friend, GhostDog, who kindly offered his help, and he recorded a few videos around the period when the Phantom 2 was released. All went well until things got even worse. You see, when collaborating with others, especially VAs, the assumption is that the script they should read is finalized and polished. Unfortunately, I was unable to ensure such a minimal level of consistency. So nowadays I tend to put articles together and then add, remove and correct bits and pieces whilst I'm putting the video together. And this is not a feasible modus operandi when working with others, especially VAs. And so I had to go back to full AI TTS. Now, there are some points I would like to clarify. So in premise, no content here, not even an alt text, a sketch or image, is AI generated. The AI VA is a means of transforming the articles I write into audio. This serves as a complement to text, game footage, animations, and it's not the other way around. And as time consuming as it is, video format still has a certain amount of advantages. For example, I can add animations to a video, show how the radar antenna is manipulated in certain scenarios. Our target can be intercepted using only the radar warning receiver of the Hornet. And I'm raising this point just to invite you to read the Q&A with DD about the new RWR tech behind the SPO 10 and 15. You also may have noticed that I had AI VA read historical articles as well. Although there is little to see there, I thought it could be nice to have them something akin to a podcast, if you will. That's because I listen to interviews and documentaries whenever I can, and especially when I'm physically but not mentally busy, so to speak. Before my work on the Tomcat, I don't think that many understood the finesses of the simulation, especially the backseat. For instance, topics such as the TID in aircraft stabilized mode, the vector, or the DDD. And I think that before my work on BVR timelines and intercept geometry, not many were talking about it, at least not in such a detail, and nowadays they are kind of common concepts. Before the tests on missiles and lofting, not many considered lofting as an option, although it's something that goes back to Lomac at least, and fewer realized how impactful it is. I also think that what I did for the Phantom is an okay entry-level analysis of the air-to-air capabilities and tactics, although there is so much more I would like to cover. I just don't have time. So to put things into perspective, I have not had time to commit to a properly planned mission in the last 5 years. So 2020 was the last time I managed to do a full, properly planned and executed mission. So, dulcis in fundo, I'm quite happy of what I put together in the last 7 years. Where people label it as AI generated slop, well, it's a bit pathetic, I suppose. Unfortunately, I don't have a solid solution to address the AI VA problem. I may move back to my native language perhaps, but English is de facto the lingua franca. Ergo such a move wouldn't be useful. See what I did there? Besides that, I could lock all my content via the Patreon and YouTube memberships. And by the way, shout out and a huge thank you to all the kind folks on those platforms. And I swear that I'm maintaining Flying Wire alive. I could not do that without you. And that being said, I'm a firm believer in sharing knowledge and information, so that would be only the last resort. Thanks for watching and take care.